All right, here we go into day 4 of our quantum becoming. And today, oh, I keep saying they're favorite topics of mine, but this one is too. Superpowers and mastery. I mean, if you look at the Marvel universe and the movies and you talk about like the superheroes and all that stuff, which I think is absolutely wonderful, but parallel along with the movies is this emergence of superpowers in all of us. And I mean all of us. We all have the capacity. And the thing is where you might think, okay, so some of the superpowers and mastery does exist within us and comes from within. But mostly I find it's more of a it's more of a relationship with the universal force. And in a way, it's a kind of surrendering of everything. I think I said that in one of the videos earlier. There's a comparability between infinite intelligence and genius and innovation and superpowers and mastery, but they're also very different. So maybe I should start by saying how they're different. Okay. So, infinite intelligence to me is more about the understanding, the insights, the information, even the design system of where we're going and how we're getting there. It's the how and why of it for me. So it's very useful in that respect. It may all be coming from the same source, but or different sources, who knows. But when you come from quantum intelligence into genius and innovation, there's more like calling it, actualizing it, activating it, bringing it through. So you're actually becoming a player in the field of possibilities and newness. And so you begin to play your part in that. And some of it comes from within, and some of it comes from the quantum field, and et cetera, et cetera. But when we come to superpowers and mastery, you're entering into something richer, deeper, more powerful, more profound, more miraculous, even, you could say. I think you're starting to enter into the world of the impossible. Not just possibilities, but what is deemed impossible. And so in that arena, there's whole new, facets of how we're engaging with that. So I think with superpowers and mastery, our being probably knows stuff from, you could say, many lifetimes or futures or dimensions or whatever, however you want to frame that stuff. The beingness of us knows things. The person of us, the human, has what it's learned. And superpowers and mastery, I don't think come from any of that. I think that superpowers and mastery, the word spontaneous and in the moment, for me, apply, particularly in this area. Because anytime I have experienced superpowers and mastery, then I have let go and gone into what might be deemed impossible. And when you do that, sometimes it's a bit of a kind of argument with your brain. Do you believe this could be possible? And you have to stop the brain and surrender it and live in the all things are possible. The miraculous is possible. Anything can happen here. It was years ago when I was writing the Alchemical Coach book and I was first starting to apply all the energetics and consciousness work to coaching. I realized that the most powerful breakthrough moments for someone where they really whoa, soar and pop into really breakthrough moments, they weren't something planned. They weren't some technique. They were perhaps something that was waiting to happen, or something that they and I initiated and co-created, even if they didn't know how. There's a letting go and a willingness to have superpowers, to embody mastery. I think that that's an important part of it. Now, I have talked with people who just blow my mind as to their existing superpowers and mastery within them. For example, I've talked to people who say, oh, when I was a little girl, I could become one with the dolphins and experience swimming in the sea or flying a bird in the sky, or like really literally experience it. I know people who can alter genetics for brilliant outcome. I could just go on and on. I know people who can do extraordinary things. Extraordinary things. And those superpowers come from a willingness to not be a limited human, to be willing to be something more than you imagine is possible for yourself and for us, to dare the impossible, to embrace the miraculous, and to surrender yourself to the becoming of the greatest newness, the greatest wonders, the greatest purpose, possibilities, potential, whatever you want to call it. So, dare I tell you this? So, last night, I was laying in bed, and Centauri came to bed, and he has had since December, he had a triple bypass operation in last March, and it's now 10.5 months. He's doing well. And his asthma cleared up completely after the operation. No coughing, no mucus, no nothing. And then somewhere in end of November, early December, that asthma kicked back up again. And yesterday he was coughing quite a lot of mucus running, and he got into bed and he was kind of like, well, I wish it would, this was over. And so I made a deal with the miraculous, not about Centauri. I finally made my relationship, my commitment, my yes, to be a walking miraculousizer, whatever that looks like, whoever it's for. Listen, I'm not a healer. I'm more of a regenerator. But now I'm going to be a miraculous whatever. I'm going to be a walking miraculous. And so I just did a thing. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't bother to figure it out. I didn't try anything. And he slept all night, peacefully, no sneezing, no coughing, no mucus. Today, no sneezing, no mucus, no coughing. I was like, go superpowers, go mastery, go miraculous, I can't, in a way, did I do that? In a way, but I'm not seeking to take credit for it. That's not the point of superpowers and mastery. The miraculous is a force, and it's up to us how we work with that, how we orient it, what is our part to play in that. And I think that mostly we have to be willing to be that. And that, for me, is the most important part about superpowers and mastery and miraculous, is that you have to be willing to let go of what you know, let go of techniques, let go of training, let go of what you think is possible and what you think isn't possible. And you just have to kind of become the force and allow it to do its magic. Allow it to do its wonders in the world. It's an extraordinary thing, really. It is an extraordinary thing to be able to do that. It's a privilege. It's an honor. It's a thrill. It's like, oh, that's what we live for. And how many of us are willing to, dare it, surrender into it, and discover the thrills, the enchantment, the wonder of it all. And this applies not just to the miraculous, but to anything you're up to, anything you care about in life. Let's say you want to see something better in the world. Okay, it could be in any area, facet of life. Well, if you just like take a deep breath, stop thinking about how it is. Don't orient to this is wrong and that's wrong and this upsets me and that distresses me and how are we ever gonna, you know, those are all thoughts. You just put them away, let them go for a minute, and then raise your vibration, which I've talked about in the previous videos. Raise your vibrational frequency. Think of something you love. Get to the high vibe. Eyes open or eyes closed and right in the like presence of now. This is all about right here, right now. And then call the force to be in you and through you and of you and for great things in the world. And then gift it. Allow it. Allow it to let you discover how amazing you are, how amazing they are, how amazing the world is, what's possible that you didn't even dream you could do. Because, you know, people would say, well, does that already exist in it? Is this a natural state? Perhaps it is. I don't know if it already exists in us. I suppose the capacity to surrender to the force exists within us. Always has. And therefore to do these things has always been there. But does it exist in us? Well, maybe for some, you know, everybody's different. Some people may have been born with it in every cell of their body, and they know. And then often they get talked out of it through life, and then it comes back, surges back at some point. You know, it's really exciting to engage in this dance with the universal force. Because, you know, it's the whole Star Wars thing in Yoda, may the force be with you. Well, I say, may you be the force and bring forth the miracles of life that are waiting to be gifted to everyone. And it's extraordinary to do those kinds of things. It's like the greatest privilege of our lives to be able to do these kinds of things. And I love it. So, there you go. Shall we just, before I end this one, should we just have an experience of it? Okay? So, I was talking about, so whatever you think matters in life, okay, we're going to walk it through. Okay, so here we go. So, pick what matters most in you for life. Raise your vibration. Think of something you love. Let go of all the not that thoughts of all the possible things or impossible things or what you can or can't do. Let it go. And then call the force. Make friends with the universe. However you want to talk about it. Become the source. Become the quantum field. Become the all. Become the miraculous. Make a relationship with them. However you want to do this. Whatever works for you. And then, just without even thinking about it, allow that energy, that force, that movement to come to work on that thing that you care about. And just allow it to be done. Allow it to take new shape and form. Allow the miraculous to do its work. Allow your superpowers and mastery to surge to the fore. To captivate a whole new version of reality in that particular area and or for the whole world. You could call forth the miraculousness of the earth. You could call forth the genius of all the children in the world. You could call forth the new innovations. You could quicken the enchantment of us all to become more magnificent than we've ever been before, to see an explosion of human potential in the world. You can do all these things. You can do all these things. This is who we are. Everybody. It's not just a few people who can do this. Everybody can do this. And you will do it different than the next person, the next person, the next person. And you will apply it in your own practical ways. This is not weird, out there, strange. This is real deal superpowers and mastery at work in bringing amazing, amazing breakthroughs for the world. So, hope that was fun for you. Play with it. Make a relationship with it. See how you're going to create that in life. Okay, that's it for today, day 4 on Superpowers and Mastery. It's great doing this with you all. Until next time, bye.